Hi everyone, it's Angelina, aka the Italian French Rooms, and today I'm going to be talking about being in New York City compared to living in Pittsburgh. Because I'm from Pittsburgh, but I love New York City. So before we get started, I want to say that my portfolio is up. I made a website, so I'm going to link it in the description. So check it out. Check out my work because I'm a good designer. Please excuse the fact that I'm chewing gum. I just really want to chew gum right now. I love New York City so much, and it's not because of the hype of New York City, but it's the diversity and the opportunities that people can get with experiencing different cultures and food and art and architecture and everything like that. So that's why I love New York City. So not too much with the whole New York City. Yeah, and I'm also going to show a bunch of stuff that I got because, of course, I got some stuff. I got this bag from Buffalo Exchange in Chelsea. We stayed in Chelsea. So I went to New York City looking for a bag. I was like, I'm not leaving New York until I find a bag. So I found this one. It's so pretty. It's like a grunge kind of aesthetic. There was another one, but this was one of the options. So it's spacious. And it has these like zipper pockets, but yeah, since I mentioned Chelsea, my sister and I, we went to New York City in December and we stayed in Chelsea, which I'm not gonna lie, I thought Chelsea was like this like posh little area, but Chelsea low-key ghetto. Like, I'm not gonna hold you, Chelsea is low-key ghetto. And like, I got a problem with it because like I grew up in the ghetto, but it's like when you think something looks like something else and it don't, it's kind of like very queen. Yeah, so first I want to talk about the diversity in culture, because I mentioned that before, but it's so interesting because I went this past summer too, and being in Harlem, just seeing people who are darker than me start speaking Spanish, and it's like that's something that I am aware of, but it's not something I've actually experienced in real life. So to see it, it's like. But I remember going to the deli and just talking to the Middle Eastern cashier, and like it was just like we were just talking, and it's not much of a race thing than it is just communication, just the willingness to speak to people. But because I was talking about how I got crumble cookie, which is disgusting. I'm low key going to be going off track, but it's all related in this video. But I got crumble cookie. I got a chocolate chip cookie. It was disgusting. So that whole TikTok trend of black people not liking crumble is real because it tastes disgusting. Like they got the texture right of crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside. But how do you mess up on a chocolate chip cookie? I told Shorty, I was like, "Is this a chocolate chip cookie?" I went up the box. I ain't seen no chocolate chips, so I'm like, "Okay, peanut butter." Would never ordering a peanut butter cookie got crumble. So she was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Is this chocolate chip?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Thank you." And I just left. I tried it. It was disgusting. So my sister was like, the pink ones, the pink sugar ones taste good, but I don't even eat those cookies. So I'm like, I don't care. How do you mess up on a chocolate chip cookie? But anyway, diversity in culture. I just like to experience different cultures. And being in Pittsburgh, I grew up in a predominantly black area anyway. Every school that I went to, as many black people you also saw the same amount of white people. So it's not a mono-ethnic area, but for that, I have experienced other people, other cultures, people from France, things like that. It really amplified being in my college. I'm not gonna lie, it's getting hot in here. About to play turn off the heater, so I'm just gonna stay right here. But being in college, even seeing other white people from Europe, Switzerland, France, England, and seeing their different cultures and how they view America, and all my black friends are of the African diaspora. So seeing that was interesting. That's probably the most culture bomb I've gotten in my life. But then going to New York City, it was like, yes, God. There's a lot of, Boricuas and Morenas. We specifically went to Harlem, but I know especially like it's definitely in the Bronx too. But I was like, no, this is where it's at. To like hear different languages being spoken, it's like this that for real is America. Let's be honest. I'm a history like nerd, so I kind of already know about the immigrants going to New York City and everything like that. Um, so that's where that started. But obviously, being in Manhattan, Lower Manhattan, you're going to see more white people. But even there, I saw a lot of white people that did not speak English. I heard. I didn't just see, I heard. And then when my sister went to go get like these grills, there's this Jewish man standing next to me, and he was like Jewish mafia. Like he smelled good. You know, he was on the phone. You know, he was making some phone call to God knows what. But that was just super interesting. Like I said, not that I'm not used to seeing Jewish people. I be in Scroll Hill, went to school in Scroll Hill, which is a predominantly Jewish neighborhood. But it was like to see them in that light, in that aspect. I've never seen that before. So in real life. So it was like, give me a couple dollars, please. I got this mirror. New York. It's a handheld mirror. And what's so funny is that before the trip, I was looking for one to put in my bag. And I found one. Of course, I got it at the I Love New York store. Girl, I got this from there too. It's a pink. No, it's not pink, sorry. My sister's is pink, which she don't be using it, and I'm finna take it. But this is purple, and it's so cute. It's so small, and I could just... So I bought this for when I don't need to be drinking so much coffee, because, girl, I do not drink decaf anyway. Like, I don't need that much. Transportation. Obviously, in New York... Sorry if I'm, like, keep touching my blouse. That's not my fault. The transportation, obviously, they catch the subway. When we went there, it was super hyper unrealistic. We were catching the subway, like, 10 times a day, sis. I mean, like, Brooklyn, subway, Harlem, subway. It was just a lot going on. It was, like, super cold. So I feel like that's very unrealistic to someone actually, obviously, living in New York. You're not going to be catching the subway 10 times a day. I don't think, at least I would not. We've heard of scary things happening on subways. People getting murdered, shooting, bombs. So as far as safety, you always keep your eye open for stuff like that. Now, I already know what the deal is. I have street smarts, grew up. When you walk in, music not too loud. Look around you when it's dark and things like that. So those were things that I was already aware of. But yeah, so that's definitely like that safety issue that I'm like, interesting. But I guess the whole allure of being on the subway, and it's like, it's the subway that still gave me like this enthusiasm about being there. So yeah, I mean, it was pretty smooth. Well, me and my sister, we was working that subway system like no other. We was like, we just get on the F train, we gotta go down this block, finna get it cracking. New York was getting our money like a mug. It wasn't that hard to maneuver. You just need that transit app for sure. Yeah, we didn't like experience crazy people. There was that one like crazy homeless man. See, my sister's super bougie. She has a car, so it's like she don't be doing none of that public transportation. So I know she was pissed. He was like low-key in her face because I saw it in like my peripheral vision. He was like all up in her face. I know she was sick because he came in our area, was like low-key doing it, but then like he came up in her face a little bit. She was I saw her in the reflection of the glass. I was like, poor thing. Like, she just over there. But we didn't experience anything crazy. I experienced no, like, New York City sidewalk talk, like, on a train with Thanksgiving. I experienced something I'm low-key sick because I wanted to, like, could somebody be doing Superman, something, that little small guy that be on the subway? Like, I wanted to see some of that at least. Like, come on. What else can I show? I'll show my hat. Watch out, your eyes might, you know what I'm saying? What do it say on the side? Y'all can't really read it. It says the Italian French rooms. the Italian French fries. What does this YouTube channel say? All right, now. Oh, super crispy. Got the Dodgers little badge on it. So my sister wanted to go to Liz because she wanted to get a fitted, but then I ended up getting one. This hat was, I think it was like 25% off or something like that. I was like, what hat should I get? I already have a Pirates hat, so it's like I'm not about to wear everything that's Pirates. I didn't want a Steelers hat just because I didn't like the design. Like me, when I buy things, especially as a visual person, a designer, I wanted to have designs. Like this purple has the orange, this blue, this yellow and green. Like I want some substance with it. So I saw this, I was like, this is the one. Now mind you, let me make this very clear. This LA, it don't stand for Los Angeles. It stands for Lincoln Ave. Lincoln Ave, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I don't know nothing about no Los Angeles. It stands for Lincoln Ave, 15206. 15206. So it still work out. And it also stands for Louisiana, because I got roost on there. Yeah, I'm half Southern. Don't. What about it? I love it so much. It's cute. Okay, I'm not gonna wear it right now. We got this at the Lids in Times Square. The other one was closed. So, bro, we was standing at the door, right? And then Shorty who worked there, she was like looking at us and kind of did like that or whatever. So it made it seem like there was a capacity limit. Bro, it was closed. Like she should have like opened up the door and be like, we were closed, or be like closed. Like she made it seem like we had to stand out there until somebody was done with their little private matter. Like, come on. Oh, also at what's it called? Buffalo Exchange. I got these cherry earrings. They're cute.
Very mindful, very demure.
And then also going with the whole little jewelry thing, I got these bubbled chunky earrings from this jewelry store. It was kind of near Times Square. I guess it's called like Flatiron, but it was super nice, affordable jewelry. They had more quality pieces, but I think these were like $4.99. So it was owned by Hispanics, right? And the lady was talking to me. Now, mind you, the backstory is I used to take Spanish in high school. Post high school, I really wanted to learn even more, so I got to Duolingo. I'm like, I want to learn Spanish, but because there's no one I can speak it to that also knows Spanish, I just dropped it. But when she spoke it, I was like, this is like familiar. So I was saying some things in Spanish. It's like I almost got it. And I remember she said something, but then she kind of caught on that like I really don't speak Spanish first. So then she like switched to English. But when the lady had rung me up, and then I was like, "Tengo buen dia." Don't copy on my accent. It used to be better. I was like, "Tengo buen dia." She was like, "Oh, gracias. Buenas noches." It's examples like that I appreciate in New York, because when I really do want to learn a language and I can't speak it here in Pittsburgh because the people don't speak it, I just drop it. So if I ever like live in New York and I want to live in that area, I will learn Spanish again, because Spanish is one of the easier languages. The conjugations get a little difficult. Look at me speaking Spanish. Yes, God. And it also makes them like feel a little bit more comfortable just to speak their language, even though they can tell that I don't speak Spanish. So next thing is the food. We had good food. I'll also be putting pictures, but we had good food. I wish we went to more like ethnic spots, but there's just too much going on. But we went to Melba's, Black, owned by a woman. Girl, I needed some soul food. Shout out to my mom. She found this like on Facebook, I guess, by like her friend. I had the fried chicken with the mac and cheese and the collard greens. I really don't eat mac and cheese. I feel like it's too much like cheese, but it was set. I don't like runny mac and cheese. I like when it sets and it's solid, and that's how it was. The collard greens had a little bit of sweetness to it. I have had tender chicken. Mind you, I'm Black. This is my culture. My whole family cook. My cousin's a caterer. Like, I've been eating good all my life. When I went to New York City, I was like, we gotta go back to Moba's. Like, I need soul food. Like, I need fried chicken. Like, I'm not even playing. Moba's is located in Harlem, if you wanted to know that. Yeah, we went to, like, Canal Street Market. We went to this diner. It's Malibu Diner in Chelsea. Good portions. Obviously, New York is expensive, but good portions for the price. And, yeah, next time I want to go to more ethnic spots, but that's all I was able to do. We did go to this good seafood boil place. I know seafood boils hate to see black people coming, but it was super good. I had a shrimp boil, and it was a lot of food. Now, mind you, my stomach was done. My stomach was done. Like, it was just so much food, but it's like we couldn't take it anywhere. Like I had to eat it, and I was not finna waste that food, so I did it to the last potato. And I also had fried calamari. It was good. The service was really great. When I took the picture of it, it showed the spot and like the information settings and photos, but then when I look back, it disappeared. So I wish I knew where it was to tell you all, but I think it was in Hell's Kitchen. So if you just search up like seafood boil spot in Hell's Kitchen, it should be that. With Pittsburgh has really good multicultural food. People they don't be looking. So if you're just like, oh, Pittsburgh like has no good food, where you be at? Were you looking at downtown again? Like, come on now. Like, one thing about me, like I said, I love multicultural things, so I'm definitely going to be looking for food. Nigerian spots, the Asian diaspora, like, there's food everywhere. Of course, I'm black, so my family cooks. I be eating black American food. Too many people be in on Pittsburgh, but it's like Pittsburgh really does have good multicultural food. In my school, they had a pop-up shop for an Indian spot. It's like Indian street food. Of course, I got it because I love me some Indian food. As soon as that food hit my taste buds, I was like, yes, God, I need this now. Savannah, slow down. I would say Chula is still really good. Founded by an Indian family, Indian woman. So the flavors are still really good if you still wanted some nice Indian food. Pittsburgh still has good multicultural food. You just have to find it. And I feel like a lot of people just are not searching in that matter. So I also got this pink zip up. We got this in Dumbo, Brooklyn. It was super windy, so I wanted to get something. And I wanted, I first wanted to get like more of a muted, darker color. But I decided to get this like baby pink. And then I realized why I don't get bright colors like this, because there's already stains. There's like one stain on it, and I'm like, I really just wear it underneath my black puffer even. You from New York even? Are you from New York? No. Unless you are, then period. And then also in Dublin, Brooklyn, I got this graphic design idea book, because if you all don't know, I'm a multifaceted artist and graphic designer. I'll be graduating this semester from Robert Morris University. Class of 2025. Child, can you believe it? I can. Love visuals, of course. I am a visual person, but I saw this store, I think it was on TikTok, and I love books with visuals. I don't do novels like that too much, but I was like, I have to get a book because reading is key. History to anything is key, especially with designers, because the more history you know, the more you see, the more you're able to implement into your design. And the people who already know this stuff, they're aware of that, and they see that in your design. And it's yellow, so it fits well in like my space. I don't have too much like yellow, except for that granulated sugar. I really didn't want this video to be long, but here we are at 25 minutes. The next thing I want to talk about is the people. I am not ignorant to just New York overall. I know I don't want to call it a violent city, but a lot of violence happens. I know people could be rude, but in my own experience, I have not experienced people who were rude in New York City, walking everywhere from Harlem, Tribeca, all over Manhattan. I just didn't really experience that. I'm happy that I did not. Because I'm not trying to go at it with a New Yorker. And I will go back and forth with a New Yorker. Like, I don't care. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, the people I just feel like they know where they're going, so they're trying to get there, if that makes sense. If it's really crowded, I'm not tripping over somebody, like, bumping into me. Like, I don't feel like it's that deep. Like, if you're in a crowded space, somebody's definitely going to step on your foot. I definitely stepped on this man's foot. He didn't even turn around. That's how you know he's probably from there, because the way I would have been, like, at least to see you stepped on my foot, so it's like, okay. But I'm not really like, oh, you stepped on my foot. The only, like, situation that I saw is when I went in the summertime, and these two shorties were like arguing outside of Carlos Bakery in Times Square, because one shorty like stepped on her foot. Here we go, they stepped on the foot, and the black shorty was like, "You need to learn how to say excuse me." And the other girl, I think she was like Hispanic, she was like, I was like, yo, they're tea. Because the way I just would have left that right. One thing about me, if I take it somewhere, I feel like I'm just going to end up doing too much. And I wish I would have just shut up. Because best believe, like, I'm going to take it there. So I just, like, not too much on it. Because this one shorty, when I was here at home, she kind of, like, kicked my foot when I was in Starbucks. And I kind of looked, so I know, like, she did it. And her friend was like, you're not going to say sorry? And she was like, sorry. I was like, yeah, I was going to say something, but I was really about to cuss her out when I was feeling. So I was like, no, today's a nice day. I'm not trying to raise my blood pressure. So the issue that I have with that is people are entitled and not self-aware. People are not aware of the space that they're in. And that is the issue that I actually have. It's not you actually kicking me, it's you feeling the need to not excuse yourself, to not say sorry, to not. The reason why I was tweaking, I was like, yeah, I am self-aware, and I'm trying to like move out the way, because I know there's people who are waiting for the drinks in this line where I'm sitting, but then shorty, like, because I was about to be like, because if I say something, I'm finna say it. I'm not gonna be like, I'm like, you just kicked my foot. Like I said, I'm just not, because stuff like that will have me tripping for the next 2 hours. I'm not even gonna hold you for the next 2 hours, like, because you just know there's people out there that keep doing it. Yeah, I never really experienced like too many crazy people. Even when we were in Harlem, like there was still, and we're in Harlem like when it was cracking, like near the Apollo, like everybody was there. You got people out selling stuff on the street. My dad was like, "Don't be buying nothing off the street," and I was like, I wasn't finna do that anyway. I just haven't experienced anything crazy. And I don't want to, because like I said, best believe you try to jump down my neck, I'm jumping down your ass. Okay. The next thing I guess I'm going to talk about is just accessibility. When we're in we're in Chelsea, there was just stuff everywhere. Like there was grocery stores, there was cafes, delis everywhere, super nice delis with good options. I'm talking like sparkly Martinelli's apple cider. Single. Now I'm pretty sure it's like this in every single city, especially here in Pittsburgh. Like I don't go downtown, if that makes sense. So if you live in that neighborhood, you kind of stay in that neighborhood. Like, bro, I don't think any native lives downtown unless you really get the money for it, because obviously if you're a native, your family is established there. Family means more space does not mean downtown. So I don't really know who's going downtown like that. I barely go downtown. I avoid it. Downtown is super ghetto. There's nothing down there. So I stay in my neighborhood because everything I need is in my neighborhood. So I feel like it's the same way in any other city in New York, where your grocery store is right there. The clothing store is right there. They have Blick, Michael's, everything, like, in that one area. So I don't really see them going all crazy unless Braider isn't the Harlem, the hair store is in Harlem, the whatever's in Brooklyn. So you like go there probably once every 2 weeks, not like a everyday kind of thing. But it was just nice to have that. I'm like, dang. I can't really complain. It's like it's the same thing here. It's just that in New York, it's just amplified. Obviously, we know New York is more expensive. I was spending Pittsburgh money in New York City. Okay. Let me just start there. Them taxes is a mug. And We don't even tax on clothes. They tax on clothes. I think they do tax on clothes in New York. Like, come on, now you juicing me for my bank, bro. I ain't got nothing. Chicago's the same way. I'm like, dang, y'all wonder why minimum wage is $16. Like, dang. But spinning the block back to Blick, I went to Blicky. It's getting sticky. And I got this sketchbook. Don't ask me why I have crumble. I said I was going to write a review of my sketchbook about how nasty it was. I don't know, it's because it was in Chelsea or New York or whatever, but it was disgusting. But I got this sketchbook because I got a disposable camera, and I was going to, like, just glue them in here and kind of write about it. But I really want a scrapbook. But girl, I don't know. Just know that I got a sketchbook. I already started doing some exploring with the colors because I got this pack of infinity markers. These were originally $50. They were on sale because they're doing this whole thing where if you buy it, it goes towards its cause. And I got it for $19.99. God is good, and y'all ain't gonna convince me that he's not. I wanted these markers, and it was like TikTok shop. I'm not buying these off the TikTok shop. As a fine artist, I want to advance my skills when it comes to sketching. I'm already an advanced sketch artist. Let me show. Let me show. I sketched this Febreze spray bottle, and I also put another piece that I've done. It's an avocado on cardstock watercolor. It's funny because in my professional communications class, I did a presentation on why sketching is important, because it is, and there's a lot of graphic designers that are not good sketch artists, and I feel like that hinders progress in their overall design, because if you can get the basis, which is sketching, it'll be a lot easier and smoother into turning that sketch into vector, getting it into media. That's what I be doing. So if y'all wonder what I be doing, not talking to no boys. The last one was just like violence and crime, which I kind of talked about that. There's violence and crime everywhere. It's obviously more amplified in New York City because it's way more diverse. In Pittsburgh, you're not really going to hear about too much stuff happening unless it's like in the hood somewhere, like in a hot spot, but it's not about to be in some random place all the time, 25/8. I was telling my sister we were walking in this path in Central Park, and I was like, wow, this is really a space where people have gotten murdered, killed, just New York City in general, mutilated, decapitated. Like, it wasn't heavy on my heart per se, but it was just like, oh. I was just saying, I don't know why women run in Central Park at night. You don't got no street smarts, because street smarts ain't telling you to do that. Not in no Central Park. Nope. And a lot of people would say, well, people shouldn't be out here murdering people. No, they should not. That is not justification for you to be stupid. The Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Know what is out there. Know what kind of people who are out there and live accordingly. Apply that wisdom. I'm not going to because Shorty Low and her whole clique out, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they out to people are just out there. Like, period. New York City is just that city where we heard about that man who got pushed in the tracks. He was no target. Some man just did that. People are saying yes to doing evil, and Satan helps them do that. These spirits help them do that. Actually, it's not that deep. Well, it very much so is. It very much so is. Because that, y'all do not understand how evil that is. To hate someone, to eat someone, to meet someone like that. And they're just doing it because holly jolly, I'm bored, I'm finna kids. Like, come on now. No, I just don't think that's just,
a normal thing that just happens. Queen?
No, queen, it's not, sis. Like, no, I don't think so. I still have love for New York City, and I've always said I wanted to be in that space. I might live in New Jersey because it's cheaper, but nothing compares to having those opportunities. And I saw a video where this one shorty, she's like a native, she was like, is my city really all that? Like, I guess I should be more appreciative that I live there. And I'm like, yeah, like you should, because they're mugs that live in trenches. Have you seen down south? Them mugs ain't got nothing. They ain't got jack. Shit. I still love Pittsburgh, 4-2, Taylor Gang, or Dylan. But I love New York City too. Thank you all for watching this video, and you'll see me in the next one. Girl, ain't nothing in here.